Hi there, my name's Deborah Diebel and I am the site manager here at the Blue Water Outdoor Education Center, and today I'm really excited to be talking with Dr. Gino Ferri from Survival in the Bush about some edible plants that we have right in our own backyard. Thank you, Gino, for being here.
Oh, you're welcome, anytime.
Yeah, so we have a real menagerie of edible wilds right in near our woodpile, so right in a really small space. So I had a few that I wanted to ask you about,
Sure.
and the first one is this one that's up sort of at eye level. So we have a common vine here, so the wild grape, and I know that the wild grape is edible for a lot of animals and birds in the area,
Right,
and
right.
I think it's a bit sour for people to eat.
Right?
And I know that it gets used in crafts, but I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of other uses for this medicinal or edible wild, so I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about the grape.
All right, you mentioned a few things about this unique plant. You call it wild grape. It's a vine, and it grows pretty well everywhere in this region. Now, if you notice the birds eating it,
Yes.
okay, they eat it and they love it. What happens if we eat it?
I've seen people eat it. I can't remember if I've tried it, but they usually are puckering their lips.
Right, so it's very
It's
bitter.
very sour. Oh,
But
it's bitter. Okay.
You can make a jam out of it by adding a lot of sugar.
Okay.
But eating it as it is, I wouldn't recommend it because it's awful, actually. But it has a better use.
Okay.
Well, if you're not eating the berries, what can you eat?
The leaves or the roots?
Of course, exactly. Well, let's leave the roots out of it for now. But you see the leaves? I'm going to take, first of all, I'm going to ask if it's okay if I pick it.
Sure.
I did. And the plant says fine as long as I use it. You can take this and boil some water first. Take the green leaf just as it is. Take 3 or 4, crush them up and put them on top of the water and let it steep. The longer it steeps, the stronger the drink. The longer you leave it, the stronger the drink. So you can make a tea or a tisane. If I'm using the green leaf, it's a tisane, so I need more. If I dry it first, which I can dry it, I can use it later, that's your tea. So it can be used as a tea or a tisane. So that's the main use of this plant. Or you can take wild game or fish and simply wrap it up. Put it by the fire and let it cook like this.
Nice.
Interesting. And the grape flavor will permeate the meat.
Okay.
Excellent use.
And so the tisane, I've heard of a tisane, but I don't really know. Is it more of a medicinal thing or it's just for enjoyment?
A tisane is using the green plant, not the dried plant.
Right.
If you're using it as a dried plant, it's a tea. If you're using it in the green stage, which means you need more, it's a tisane technically.
Okay, but it's just for an enjoyable drink, not medicinal purposes. Okay.
Exactly.
Great. Excellent. Okay, and then down below the grape, we have some mint. Over here is actually a better sample because there's some flowers on it as well. So I'm guessing that there's a lot of different kinds of mint.
Are you sure that's a mint?
This one, right, it's kind of intertwined. There we go. The smaller one with the flower.
All right. Now there's a big difference between that one and the other one that you had. This is not a square stem.
No.
If you feel it, it's round stem.
Yeah.
If you feel this one, it's a square stem. That's your giveaway that it's a member of the mint family. And the mint can be used the same way as you did the grapes.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, you know what? What about strawberries? If the strawberries are gone, what can you use the leaves for?
The tea.
Or a tisane. What about raspberries?
I'm assuming you're going to tell me the same. I don't know.
No, I'm going to ask you. What
I don't
do you
know
think?
about raspberry leaves, to be honest. I know strawberry leaves are good for women for like menstrual issues.
Yes, but can you use them for a tea or tisane?
The strawberry, yes.
Okay, the same
But
thing with
raspberry?
raspberry.
Okay,
How
that's
about
good to know.
thimbleberries?
I'm assuming yes.
Exactly. What about
From
blackberries?
your line of questioning, I think probably I've had I think I've had blackberry tea before.
Exactly. So all of these plants, if you eat the berry, generally you make a tea or tisane.
Yeah.
All right. So you've got some plants here. Any others that you want to ask?
Well, can I quickly ask more about this mint? So
Sure.
this one, I don't find the leaf overly fragrant compared to some.
Right.
So how many mints would we have in our area? There's probably different species
This is
of mint.
your wild mint,
Yeah.
different from
From
your
the
spearmint.
cultivated.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Spearmint requires more moisture content in the soil,
okay.
but you can still make a delightful drink.
Yeah, and we've made tea here out of this, and it's lovely. We have it all over the property, so that's
Exactly.
great. If we can move over here a little bit, there's a couple of more plants. They look a lot alike, but I know there are some differences. And one of them is really popular with the school kids when you're studying wildflowers. This is the Queen Anne's lace.
What's it called again?
Queen Anne's lace,
You call
or
it Queen Anne's lace. What's another name?
wild carrot.
And I wonder why it's called wild carrot.
Well, if you look down at the
Here,
leaves.
I dug one out.
Oh, great.
There
Okay.
it is there. Why don't you show me
So-
why it's called wild carrot?
There's a few things about this plant. So the leaves are very carrot-like your carrots in your garden, and also the root. So it doesn't look necessarily like your cultivated carrots, but if you smell it, it does smell very much like your cultivated carrots in your garden or in your fridge.
Exactly.
So that one I've heard is edible.
Yes, this
I've never
is
tried
edible.
it.
Well, if you're going to be preparing this, you got to boil the heck out of it
Okay.
because it's extremely tough, fibrous root. That is
Okay.
excellent eating. This you can put in a salad. What's interesting about this guy here, you mentioned his name. What were his names? Wild carrot.
Queen Anne's lace.
It's also called bird's nest
oh,
because when it
haven't heard
dries up, it goes like this and it looks like a bird's nest. All right. Now this plant is quite unique, as you mentioned the leaves, but there's a plant that a lot of people confuse. Now here is wild carrot. All right, that's wild carrot. It has a white top that you mentioned. There it is there. And a lot of people confuse this plant with this plant. I'm going to get permission from the plant to pick it. It's a different plant. Look at it close up. See them side by side? Wild carrot. This is called yarrow.
yarrow.
Right.
So this is more to me almost like the difference between a butterfly and a moth. This is
You
more
got it.
feathery
You got
and
it.
fluffy. This is more defined.
Exactly. The interesting thing about this plant, I'd like you to crush that.
Oh.
Crush it in your hands. Crush, 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 and smell it.
Oh, wow. I had no idea.
This is a medicinal
Oh,
plant
man.
that you can put on cuts and bruises, actually.
smells nice.
And it smells like Noxzema.
Yeah. Oh, that is, yeah.
That's right. That's why
Oh,
some
wow.
people call it the Noxzema plant.
Okay.
So this is a medicinal plant. This is an edible plant. What was the name of this one?
Wild yarrow.
Yarrow.
Or just yarrow?
And,
Okay. Wild carrot.
okay, they both have a white flower at the top, whereas wild carrot may have multiple stems, like you see here. Yarrow has one main stem.
And it's done flowering. Like, would that have been the flower maybe? Or, oh no,
It's
that's something
gone.
different.
It's
It's gone
gone.
now for the
Right.
season. Okay, and yarrow can also be white or yellow or pink.
Yes,
Am
yes,
I right about
it
that?
could. It could be.
Okay.
It could be pink. Normally in the wild, it's white. A lot of
Okay.
people confuse yarrow with wild carrot. Alrighty,
Thank you.
let's do a poisonous plant.
Okay, yeah, we should talk about hazards. That would be
Okay,
good.
let's do one.
Okay, all
Right?
right, we have to move to a different spot then. Thank you.